Welcome to Tammy Nation. Let's go.
I've been running from 9 to 5, been biting my tongue for all this time. Won't let anyone cut me short. I was thinking this was the way to go, and you put up your puppet show. I say cheers to life. No, I'll be no good man's wife. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home.
Good Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome back to Tammy Nation. I'm coming on this evening with a couple more headlines I wanted to cover. And yesterday's show, yesterday afternoon or last night, some people were asking me about the Tucker Carlson convoy, and I did find out information about that I wanted to share with you, and also be able to direct you if you were interested in going, or at least spreading the word about it, because it is spreading over social media. But Gateway Pundit did do an article on it today as well to give all the details and stuff. I hope you guys are staying warm, or it's been very hot here in Georgia. I have shorts on, the air's on. And I'm telling you, we've had rain nonstop and thunderstorms all morning into the evening, some more firing up a little bit here. And it went from freezing cold to now all of a sudden we have these thunderstorms and this crazy rain moving through. So this weather has been very chaotic for us. I don't know about how you guys are, but I know across the country it's been a lot of cold fronts been moving through, but now we've got this warm front moving through, and boy, it's hard on the body to adjust from one climate to the other. So with that being said, the first thing I want to cover tonight is the border information. As we know, Governor Abbott of Texas has been facing a lot of trouble with the feds and the federal government and Biden and his administration, because he's been putting up that razor wire fence. They've been going back and forth. He's staying adamant that he's going to keep putting that razor wire fence up. And there's a lot of states that have joined in supporting him. And there's 15 of them so far that I've seen and found out that are supporting him. Those states include so far Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Idaho, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming. So those are the states that are backing Governor Abbott and going to task. The Texas military is not backing down. They're guarding that border with the razor wire fence. They've got over 30 miles, I believe, up already of it, and they're going to keep putting it up. The Biden administration keeps coming back. So they're going back and forth with each other. And it's pretty interesting. I think this is an interesting thing to keep an eye on. I think that there's going to be some forward movement on this border issue and things happening with the administration. We're just going to have to pay attention to it. I know Larry P. was asking me yesterday about this. So this is the information that I have. It is Tucker Carlson, and what he is doing is he's putting together a Take Our Border Back organization convoy. It's Trucker. He's the one that put it out at first. It's the Trucker Convoy. So what it is, it's the 2024 Take Our Border Back Convoy. It's a peaceful assembly. It's going to begin January 29th. February 3rd, our final rally locations in Eagle Pass, Texas, Tucson, Arizona, San Diego. And what they're wanting, these truckers are wanting, are all truckers, bikers, law enforcement, veterans, military, elected officials, business owners, ranchers, and freedom-loving Americans to join in this. It says in their flyer, the time is now for we the people to peacefully assemble in honor of our constitutional rights, to call our government to take action and secure our border. And it says roll with us. And you can go to takeourborderback.com to find out more information. And also on this, at the Gateway Pundit article, there is a link that you can click on, and it takes you to all the information about it. It's going to give you the map and routes to take, hotel information. It says that it is a 3-state rally, and it says what is going to happen is your voices need to be heard, America. Roll with us from Virginia Beach, Virginia to Eagle Pass, Texas. Then you're going to go from Eagle Pass, Texas to Yuma, Arizona, and from San Ysidro, California, I believe it is, to Yuma, Arizona. So it says it's going to take over 700,000 vehicles to line the border. And how amazing would that be? It says, together we stand, all united under one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And it says, join us and subscribe for the updates, including convoy schedule, meeting locations, rally dates, and times. Take our border back, Southern Border Convoy, peaceful assembly. So you can, like I said, go to Gateway Pundit, click on the link, and it's going to give you the information. Or you can go to takeourborderback.com, and it's going to pull up this flyer, and it's going to give you all the information that you need. If you want to be a part of it, share it, join. Hey, Larry P. Hey, Chris Gilbert, good to see you too. So I did find out that information, Larry P. That's what I'm covering now. Like I said, Gateway Pundit just put the article out today, but you can also go to takeourborderback.com. It's going to pull out that flyer for you, and you'll be able to find out all the information you need to do. They also said subscribe and keep paying attention to that flyer, because they're going to update it as needed. And then everybody's going to be able to know what's going on. I mean, this just melts my heart. This is pretty amazing. I think this is a substantial thing that's going to happen in history at this time. And, we have to just stand strong, stay strong, united. And I said Tucker. I don't know why I said Tucker. I kept saying Tucker. It's trucker convoys, not Tucker Carlson. So that was a flub at the beginning. But I'm going to repeat the states this far, because there's a lot of states that keep coming out more and more that are backing Governor Abbott about not backing down. They said it's way past time for us to secure the borders. We all know that. We've been talking about that for a very long time. And I'm going to read through the 15 states real quick again. The ones that are backing Governor Abbott, supporting that these governors have come out and said enough is enough. They all have different quotes that they've stated on different social media sites, but I'm not going to cover all those. You guys can go look them up. But just so you can keep apprised of the situation, so far, these are the states that are backing this convoy, backing Governor Abbott in the great state of Texas. It's Arkansas, Florida, Georgia. Go figure. I'm happy about Georgia, as you can imagine. We have enough chaos here, but this is a good thing. I'm very proud of Georgia backing Abbott on this. Iowa, Idaho, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming. So those are the states that are backing Governor Abbott. Hey, Irvin, good to see you as well. Now, the other thing that I wanted to cover as well was the Trump today did take the stand to testify in the E. Jean Carroll civil defamation trial today. He was only on the stand for a few minutes. The defense did rest after Trump briefly answered questions from his attorney, Alina Habba. The jurors are going to return Friday morning to hear closing arguments. Judge Lewis Kaplan is the judge over this case, dismissed the jurors, instructing them to return on Friday morning to hear closing arguments, and said they'll likely have the case to begin deliberating by lunchtime. So it was in 2019 that E. Jean Carroll alleged Donald Trump physically assaulted her in a Bergdorf Goodman dressing room in the 1990s. Basically, E. Jean Carroll is not very mentally stable. She previously told CNN that she fantasizes about physical altercations that are unwelcome. I can't say the words because we all know what's going to happen if I do, but she doesn't seem very stable. Trump has denied those allegations. He called her a whack job, and he said she's not my type. And that was a burn right there. She's not my type. But basically, so this happened today as well. Like I said, Donald J. Trump said he got on the stand because even though he's innocent, he's claiming his innocence, he said he did want to go ahead and defend himself, and I don't blame him. Oh no, Irvin, please make sure everybody's subscribed. I've had to resubscribe to you 3 times now. Thank you. Well, Irvin, thank you so much. It has been going wacky. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I started with like 300 and some subscribers. I'm up to 850, but then they drop, then they increase. My likes change, my views. I'll have 30 views, and then when I shut down, it says I have no views or 4. The rhythm is really messed up. It's kind of crazy. And I did get a notification yesterday from YouTube about something. They want my cell phone to verify my account, and there's certain things I'm not going to be able to do. Or there's all this information that I've got to look through. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and go on until I can cipher through whatever that email they sent me is. But I really appreciate you saying that. I do have Tammy Nation too, if you guys want to subscribe to that as well. I think I've only got like 34, 35 subscribers on there. Hey, Lily J, my friend, good to see you, honey. So yeah, thanks for saying that, Irvin. A lot of times you have to unsubscribe and resubscribe, and I know notifications aren't going out either. But this is the battle that we're facing. I'm just this middle-aged, woman with not that many viewers, but apparently, they don't like what we say. All of us are facing that, and I just, for the life of me, don't know how the people that have like 100,000 viewers or have millions of viewers get away with it. But I guess they're making YouTube money, so they don't bother them anymore because they get a big cut of that they do. And they say a lot worse things than we do. I mean, we're just telling the truth here. I'm just reading articles that are going on in the paper. I'm not giving false information and all that. So we just keep plugging along, Irvin, is what we do. Let me see. The other thing that I wanted to cover, we did Trump took the stand. Oh, this is the other thing that the former Trump advisor Peter Navarro, actually was sentenced to 4 months in prison for contempt of Congress as well. This came out today. He was sentenced to 4 months in prison on Thursday for refusing to testify before the congressional panel that investigated the you-know-what attack on the U.S. Capitol. He's a Harvard-educated economist who was found guilty of 2 counts of contempt of Congress by a federal jury in Washington in September after a 2-day trial. So the U.S. District Judge Amit Mehta, I believe is the name, sentenced him to 4 months in prison, 2 months less than the prosecutors had requested, and ordered him to pay a fine of $9,500. So you're not a victim is what the Washington Post quoted Mehta as saying to Navarro's sentencing hearing. You are not the object of a political prosecution. These are circumstances of your own making, is apparently what he was told. So he's the second close Trump ally to be convicted of contempt of Congress for defying subpoenas from the House committee. Steve Bannon, one of the masterminds behind Trump's 2016, we love Steve Bannon, and Victory, was also found guilty of contempt of Congress. Remember when he was in and out of court as well. Bannon was sentenced to 4 months in prison, but remains free pending an appeal. Navarro is also expected to appeal. So here they are worried about these people, right? But they're not worried about the people that are robbing stores and committing all these crimes. And we don't even need to go down that road because we know how unfair and unjust it is. So he got sentenced today. Also, this is another thing that, we talk about AI. Elon Musk, the chips in the brain and how it's supposed to help us if people are wheelchair bound or have different loss of use of limbs, that these chips that he wants to implant and develop are supposed to help people. However, there's a new thing. Hey, Sharon Mercer, long time no see, lady. Good to see you. So this came out today about AI, and it is about fans are outraged, and Breitbart had this article over AI-generated sexually graphic Taylor Swift images. And I saw some of the images. Now, this is what the problem is. Like Taylor Swift or not, there's been a lot of controversy about her and football and all that. That's not why I'm talking about this. What I'm talking about is people out there, somebody generated sexual images of her. And one image depicts her nude with the Kansas City Chiefs theme red all over her body and white paint all over her. And it says F me scrawled across her chest with her tongue hanging out. So this is the problem with AI. And we've said it before that, Anybody can do anything. They get a picture of you off the internet. They get a picture. They can get your voice off the internet, whatever, off phone calls. And this is the problem. We're already seeing an increase of people abusing AI to take people down, to cause confusion, to be disgusting out there. So this Taylor Swift thing, it's so bad. There was a whole series of different sexually graphic themes that were out there, and it's the P word actually. And they were talking about whoever is making these need to be arrested. Of course, that's absolutely the truth, because it's, I guess, repulsive images, and this should really be illegal. Just because we advance in technology and we can use AI for different things doesn't mean that the people who abuse it should get away with that. Because I know if you or I were out there and we had naked images of ourselves depicting some of these pictures, it's horrible. And I worry about the children and teens. That's where my mind automatically goes, that, we know how kids nowadays are. We know how the peer pressure is strong on these kids, and it's terrible. But there's a lot of men that are posting AI generated images of Taylor Swift being physically assaulted, and they're asking for more images to be shared for their own enjoyment. It says they are posting public comments about wanting to violate her, and it talks about what the hell is wrong with this world. So that's just the very beginning. She's the big one that has come out now, and they've used these images, and they've made these horrific things depicting her, and that should be assault. That should be illegal. They should be thrown in jail. People should not be allowed to get away with that, because like I said, none of us are safe from that. None of us are safe. Somebody out there could be using AI images of any of us and putting us in dirty films, or they could have us at a place showing us robbing a store, or whatever it may be. The point is, they're not using it for the good, they're using it for the bad, and they need to set some laws into place ASAP before this gets even worse, because it's going to be that whole thing of trail of trying to find these people. It's going to be a whole nother governmental agency that is going to be taxed to try to find out who these people are committing these offenses and abuses. And we know we have enough of that with the underage children, or with the drugs and all that, the prostitution and stuff that's going on out there. So this is just a whole nother beast that we're going to have a plan in place, people to be able to look these people down, hunt them down, and have some serious charges on that. And that concerns me, because we know now that a lot of the people that are creating crimes, they're just letting them go. The stealing, all that we see, the robbing of stores, they're saying don't bother them, just let them go. So this gives me huge concern, because it's not just going to be adults that are going to be depicted in these horrible, horrific videos, movies, or things they share. There's going to be children as well. And that's just so disturbing to me. So when I saw this today in Breitbart, like I said, it wasn't just about Taylor Swift. She doesn't deserve it. No, it wasn't about her and the football and all that controversy that's going on. It's about, when you just see this photo, it's just so disturbing and so disgusting. And I know that if it was one of our children or one of us that were out there nude like that, with these deep fakes, and it says here that these deep fakes and the P word movies are soaring in popularity. They say that out there, that Breitbart News reported, there's an ever increasing rise of deep fake movies like that, which now make up, listen to this, 98% of all deep fake images. So 98% of these deep fake images are people depicted in this way. So right now, authorities are saying there's nothing they can do about the deep fakes, that in the vast majority of the AI generated pictures target women. So once again, women are under attack. Once again, authorities say there's nothing they can do about it. Yet here we are at this stage in our lives where 98% of the images, deep fake images, are about this. And it's just disturbing and disgusting. I mean, how many sick people are there in the world that they get entertainment and they enjoy depicting women that way or children that way? It's so disturbing to me. So just keep an eye on it. Like I said, hopefully there'll be some legislation or something that comes out to be able to put a stop to this, and ASAP, because this is the first I've heard about it. I had no idea. I don't really mess with AI much. I don't look at it or use the programs much. I know that it can be used for good things, but unfortunately, there's a lot of bad people out there that use it for bad things, and then they share it across the world. So the other article I want to talk about was Alejandro Mayorkas. The House committee did announce on Homeland Security that they are going to indeed move forward with their impeachment of Alejandro Mayorkas. The committee said that they will reconvene January 30th, which is a Tuesday, to mark up articles of impeachment against him for his high crimes and misdemeanors. Now, those are words that we've heard on and off for the last 3 or 4 years. Chairman Mark Green, who is a representative of Tennessee, said that it is the committee's year-long comprehensive investigation into Mayorkas, as well as the causes, costs, and consequences of the unprecedented crisis at the American borders, holding up 10 hearings, publishing 6 reports totaling roughly 400 pages, and conducting extensive interviews with Chief Patrol agents for the U.S. Border Patrol. So Green's announcement continued, stating about this that they've given a thorough and fair investigation, exposed Mayorkas's abuse of power and refusal to comply with the law. In November, 201 Democrats voted to refer articles of impeachment against the secretary to our committee and have completed impeachment hearings earlier this month. We plan to mark up those articles next week. So basically, the announcement comes as the Senate negotiations pairing border security and foreign aid reach a low point. With the deal seemingly on life support, the House sending articles of impeachment to the Senate, which would almost certainly kill the resolution, could be another step in highlighting Democrat inaction on the border. So this is some of the stuff that they have in here, the transcripts regarding this and the consequences of Mayorkas's open borders. It says, never before have agents seen such historic numbers of illegal crossings. It's the lack of consequences enforced by this administration for illegal entry, mass releases functioning as a pull factor for millions of illegal aliens. Illegal aliens are now turning themselves into Border Patrol, knowing they will be released into the interior. The expansive degree of cartel control at the southwest border, that's very damaging and concerning. It says agents are being taken out of the field in order to help process and release illegal aliens. Illegal aliens are spreading the word of our open border back home, encouraging more crossing. That goes without saying. I mean, really, all anybody has to do is look at a phone or look at a video and look at the border, and they can see how everybody's pouring in without consequence. And it says the operational impacts of open borders, including closed checkpoints and national security public safety risks. And then they said that Border Patrol sector chiefs contradict Secretary Mayorkas in saying they do not have operational control in their sectors. Once again, they do not have operational control in their sectors. So that's what's heading down the pipes for this. It says that the Republican leadership has not indicated when the articles might be brought to the floor. However, they've been working with Republicans on the fence to alleviate the concerns with the impeachment of Mayorkas. They suggest that leadership has locked up or is very close to doing so enough support to impeach him, although the numbers are tight. And we know that Rep. Steve Scalise has remained in Louisiana while he was recovering from cancer treatments. But his office recently said he'll be back in Washington sometime in February. So that's not very long. And then also, if you missed this, there's going to be a special election to replace the expelled Rep. George Santos, the representative from New York. That's going to take place February 13th. That race is considered a tight one, and its results could have significant implications for Speaker Mike Johnson's ability to move forward with impeachment. So there's a couple things that are in play here that I just read that we're going to have to see how it goes. However, they did announce today that they've done a fair and thorough investigation and that they are going to go ahead and move forward with all of that. So that's some optimism moving forward as well. And then the last thing I wanted to cover here is this is a little article and a little something that my friend gave to me, and it says How to Catch Wild Pigs. And I'm just going to read through this, and then you guys can see what you think. Maybe you've heard of this before, but I never have. It says the professor asked, "Do you know how to catch wild pigs?" The class thought it was a joke and asked for the punchline. The teacher said that it was no joke. You catch wild pigs by finding a suitable place in the woods and putting corn on the ground. The pigs find it and begin to come every day to eat the free corn. When they are used to coming every day, you put a fence down one side of the place where they are used to coming. When they get used to that fence, they begin to eat the corn again, and you put up another side of the fence. They get used to that and they start to eat again. You continue until you have all four sides of the fence up with an open gate on the last side. The pigs, which are used to free corn, start to come through the gate to eat that free corn again. You then slam the gate on them and catch the whole herd. Suddenly, the wild pigs have lost their freedom. They run around and around inside the fence, but they are caught. Soon they go back to eating the free corn. They are so used to it that they have forgotten how to forage in the woods for themselves, so they accept their captivity. Communism, socialism, and keeps spreading the free corn out in the form of programs such as supplemental income, tax credit for unearned income, tax exemptions, tobacco subsides, dairy subsides, payments do not plant crops, welfare, medicine, drugs, etc. While we continually to lose our freedoms just a little bit at a time, one should always remember two truths. There is no such thing as a free lunch, and you can never hire someone to provide a service for you cheaper than you can do it for yourself. The quote is, through this story, a government big enough to give you everything that you want is a government big enough to take away everything that you have. So I found that very interesting, and I wanted to read that to you guys. So that's what I have for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I really wanted to get that trucker convoy information out to everybody because Larry P. had asked me about that last night. And once again, if you joined me late, you can go to the Gateway Pundit. They have a story that came out today. It's the trucker convoys to take our border back being organized for February 3rd. And then there's more information. And then there's a link that says posted here, and it takes you right to the website. If you don't want to go through Gateway Pundit, you can go to takeourborderback.com, and it takes you right to this flyer that gives you all the information about it. It's going to give you about information about it, the hotel information, maps and routes, and more. And it's going to keep you updated. Then at the bottom, if you have any questions, you can type talk with somebody and ask questions and stuff. And it's going to tell you where you're going when. And if there's any updates that they need to do, they're going to do it there. But it says that, neighbors and fellow Americans from the East to the West Coast, it's a multi-day convoy ending with 3 rallies in 3 states on February 3rd, 2024. And there's also a donation link there. If you want to donate, there's a press release. You can look up the supporters and sponsors and get all the information that you need to be part of this that is coming in February. So with that, it's good to see each and every one of you. Some of you I haven't seen in a while, like Sharon and Lily J. Chris Gilbert, you're always here. Larry P. Irvin, it's good to see you. Chris Gilbert, you're always a good supporter of this channel. I appreciate it. Once again, I will talk to you guys soon, but that's all I have for this evening. Have a great rest of your evening. And like I said, I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye-bye.